So ladies and gentlemen, first things first on the vlog, we are going to be talking about the new setup on Misfit today. I may or may not have kind of committed a little trade deal. This right here is a shop floor so clean, you can lay on it without any stains on the brand new merchandise. Boys and girls, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to a clean shop that I'm unfortunately dirtying up. It is the season of thaw. It's like 53 degrees outside today, absolutely gorgeous. We got the shop looking spick and span today on Friday, getting everything cleaned up nice and good like. It's just that when we pulling off the stone driveway, it gets everything dirty again, unfortunately. That is what it is. Progress is best realized in increments, and increments we are going to be making and improving the property come springtime. We are planning on getting the driveway paved as long as everything goes as planned. When things start to warm up, we are going to be throwing a ton of asphalt out front to get rid of this stone forever and indefinitely, and I can absolutely not wait. It is one of those things that is just long overdue. For those of you that have any experience in the construction industry, I'm looking at doing a 3-inch application of 19mm asphalt. It's not quite your best, it's not your good, it's the better version. So good is kind of like a 25mm, then it's like 19mm, and then it goes all the way down to 9mm, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I'm learning as we go. And then we're gonna do a sub base. We're gonna need probably about another 250 ton of stone on top of the already, I don't know, million tons that I've got out there. But needless to say, guys, I cannot wait to get it paved out there because having these beautiful floors is incredible. It's just keeping them this nice with that kind of dirty substance out there is almost impossible. So ladies and gentlemen, first things first on the vlog, we are going to be talking about the new setup on Misfit today. I may or may not have kind of committed a little trade deal, but I'm really happy with the outcome. I'll just put it to you that way. And we're going to be talking about how if you have a 2020 plus GMC DURTYMAX and you want to get a little bit of stance without going 14 wides like I'm obsessed with, then this setup might be the appropriate setup for you, and you can run it while still maintaining all of the comfort conveniences of a factory setup. We'll get to that here in just a minute, but I do want to just mention while in the beginning of the vlog, because I know you guys are so excited, that Dream Diesel giveaway number 22's winner has still yet to be announced. We're anticipating word back from Compliance Sweepstakes Services somewhere around the 17th to the 24th, right there towards the end of February, with what could be your name for Ghost and $30,000 cash. And then we've got Dream Diesel giveaway number 23 launching up here very soon, and I cannot wait to reveal what we have in store.
Well guys, 8Ball's back under the knife today.
So even though 8Ball's an older truck, doesn't mean that we can't make it light up the night. Just like a newer truck, just like Bandit, just like the AT4, just like the Denali. This truck is also going to shine bright.
While we're in here, a little vehicle update. Rock lights are done on 8Ball, just waiting for powder coat to get back. Maybe in the next upload, we'll get that thing back bearing its own weight. The LRA DURTYMAX headlights are down at fill from Fast Headlights, and everything is in process. Very exciting there. Plus, the new setup is en route thanks to our friends over at Standout Specialties and DMAX Store. More to come there. And then Miles from Flight Fab is working effortlessly on the setup that's going to be going on the Super Duty. I haven't talked about it in about 2-3 weeks. It's kind of just been sitting looking beautiful in the background. It's going to go through a colossal transformation, and we should be getting the paint match parts back for this truck very, very soon. Plus, boys, today with our little clean out, we had the Skag Cheetah 2 outside, letting it breathe some fresh air, and the KTM. Bringing this thing outside felt one step closer to actually jumping on the saddle and enjoying it. It's still perfectly clean, like in every way, shape, and form. Jake hasn't put it in neutral. It's all good. He probably doesn't know how. We won't hold that against him. I don't even really want to get it dirty. It sounds absolutely ridiculous. It's a dirt bike. Like dirty is in its name. It's going to be hitting a track, though, as soon as things warm up a little bit more consistently, because outside right now, it's just like this nasty time of the year where it warms up consistently like it's been all week, but the ground is still frozen, so all that moisture is leaching up into the topsoil, and it just, yeah, creates a mess. So I'm getting off to a little bit of a late start here in the vlog. Being that it's 53 degrees outside, it feels like what could be a warm summer day. A lot of you guys in warmer climates are probably laughing at me because it's 70 degrees and it's cold to you, like my Floridians out in the audience, although I wish that I could be in Florida this time of the year. It feels great, and we are about to go out for a cruise in the new and revamped Misfit. Guys, it looks completely different. I remember an explicit comment saying, Jack, you should never do what I did to the truck, otherwise it won't be Misfit anymore, but I'm not gonna lie, it looks really freaking good. And all this kind of stemmed from this kind of random thought of just changing it up. So I happened to hit up Sam from Lime Ridge. He was interested, so I happened to do a little trade deal, and well, this is what Misfit looks like now. Y'all gotta let me know immediately after you see this thing what you think. It's not the same Misfit, but it looks really good. And just a spoiler alert, it's temporary. We got something else in store. So boys and girls, what do you think of the new Misfit? We've got it set up on the wheels that were on the white Denali. That was Sam's Denali before I adopted it. And then in the last upload, I threw it on the set of 35s that came off of my first white Denali. And then this kind of spur of the moment trade deal came up where now Misfit is on Sam. Yeah, you guys catch my drift. So those are 22x12 Trax SS8s, 33/14.5 Furies, which are, again, I've said this before, sorry to sound like a broken record, but they're like technically a 13.5, so it has a little bit of bulge on the side, but these are the Trax SS8s, and this is going to be actually Misfit's kind of somewhat temporary setup. I never ever in my life planned to put a set of polished wheels on a truck that's predominantly murdered out. Ooh, some bird poop. That's a sign of spring. But I'm not at all mad about it, and here's why. For a few reasons. Well, one, a black truck with polished wheels is just really classy. And although Misfit doesn't have much chrome on it, it still has enough chrome to complement. And I'm not referring to like the black chrome that comes factory on the AT4 DURTYMAX badge or on the grill, more or less the little bit of chrome right here around the GMC badge and in the back. Now, unfortunately, the truck is kind of dirty. That happens with black vehicles. It is what it is. I've been driving it, but it's a really neat setup to see. And mostly I wanted to make this video to share with you guys that this is probably the best all-around daily driver setup that gets you a really nice, suitable look and some stance. It's wild how big-bodied these new GM trucks are, and they like absolutely eat 12 wides. Like, it almost looks like a 10 wide in comparable terms. So this is a 22x12 -44 offset, and what I was able to do is actually crank the front end down a little bit. What I wanted to show you guys there is the front end angles are basically factory. The CV is flat. The Cognito upper control arm has a lot of travel because I was able to actually crank out the keys a little bit and bring the front end down compared to what I was running with my 22x14s with the 355s. Now, granted, I had full turn radius with 355 40/22 Nittos, which is an accomplishment in and of itself because that's like a 34-inch tall tire that's 14 true inches wide on a 14-inch wide wheel with way more offset, almost 30 degrees more offset than this -44. This setup right here, if you've got a 2020 plus body style or you're looking to get one, it might be the perfect setup for what your goals and objectives are for the truck, getting you that nice kind of perfect 50-50 balance of form and function, if you will, without much compromise. So we've got the bumper space forward 1 inch on the front and then a little bit of trimming on the cab side on the back. It's just the fender though, like right here is where we trimmed out, and then we have the cap off for the fender flare itself. They don't really make all that sense. They occupy a bunch of real estate, but we could put them on right now without any rubbing at all.
Tomorrow.
All right, boys and girls, changing it up a little bit here. We've got some mods that just arrived for 8-Ball, which I'm really excited about. It's actually Sunday afternoon as we speak. We were chilling out with the family all day. It was an absolutely glorious time to just kind of hunker down, but I got about an hour's worth of free time, so I wanted to jump over and install these parts that just came in from Felice Engineering. These right here are the 3rd gen shock tower delete mods. So these are little brackets that go in place of the shock tower top hat. Let me bring you on over here and show you guys. So this little fidget spinner looking thing actually goes in place of the factory top hat right here on the third gens. Quite an ugly design, if I say so myself. And we pull out the Streamlight here, you guys will see it'll buy us a little bit of room, which we need. It is a tight squeeze up in between where the turbo is and where that top hat is. That is probably about 1/4 of an inch. It's not very much at all. Now they're super simple to get out. We've just got some simple little bolts here, so we're gonna remove them and we are going to actually throw these suckers in preparation for what's next. So what we're looking at here, guys, is a before and an after. Looking at this thing on the Dodge trucks, it is so unbelievably unnecessary and quite an ugly design at that. Going to this is way sleeker, way sexier, and it's just going to open up that much more room for accessibility in the event that we have to get in here and work on anything with the turbo connection pipes, with the manifolds, with the exhaust, oil filter, kind of the whole 9 yards. It's way better. It just sits right there on top and almost acts like what is the design on a lot of the newer trucks. These things, guys, are for the 99 plus Dodge, and they're relatively low cost to get rid of a lot of unnecessary design. We're gonna throw these puppies back in. That new Milwaukee 3/4 inch impact though. All right. I'm getting a little carried away. New Milwaukee tool, very excited. One key, connect the app to it. Not sponsored by Milwaukee. I'll never connect the app to it, but it's cool. I don't have many one key tools. I have fuel tools, but not one key tools. Anyway, I got distracted. Had to throw that shot of this beautiful piece in here. That's the 3/4 inch versus the 1/2 inch guy. We're running a lot of big things lately. We've got a massive assortment of 3/4 inch drive, so that was 100% essential, but that's not what I'm here to talk to you guys about. Although I know you can appreciate a nice new tool when you see one. Two new tools when you see two. So anyway, guys, we've got these Bilstein shocks here ready to rock and roll for 8-ball. Can't put them in yet though because we're waiting on the powder coating to get back. I believe if everything goes as planned tomorrow, which is Monday, we should be able to get all that stuff back and get you guys an update by the end of the week with 8-ball on his own weight, as long as all the reassembly goes as planned. And our Bilstein shocks are going to be waiting patiently while we do that. So here we have a set of custom length front shocks for the now adjusted length from the axle to the top hat, fleece top hat that is, which also account for the Fire Punk lowering springs that are going to be going on the truck. And then in the rear, we've got some custom lengths as well. I'm actually going to throw those up on the screen right here so you guys can check them out. This is all per guidance of Evan, who's down from Virginia. He's got a super clean 3rd gen. I locked onto it a little while ago and I've been chatting with him ever since. He's been a massive help in guiding us with the setup of 8-ball. When I saw his truck, I immediately fell in love, and he's been gracious enough to help us out with guidance, because truthfully, I was a little out of my realm on the 3rd gen, so I'm grateful for that connection, and I'm grateful for the fact that we have parts that are arriving. These Bilsteins are going to look absolutely sick. I'm pretty excited. It's been a while since we've run a set of Bilsteins on anything, but I think this kind of roughed up aluminum brush finish up in between the coil spring, that's going to be Illusion Cherry, is going to look absolutely sick. And then here you guys can see I actually cut down the bolts to length. Everything is ready to rock and roll. We just have to wait for these final components to come in before we can put this thing back together and get it on its own weight. Aaron from 717 Powder Works has been crushing it on the powder coat. He did everything on Bandit, and he's most certainly going to be grabbing all the components from our good friend over here, the white 2020 Denali. As you can see, we're starting to get queued up for that right there. Pretty cool, casual, and calm Sunday here in the shop, just having some fun, knocking out a few loose ends before we jump back into things here Monday morning. And I'll be honest with you guys, getting back to what we were talking about in the beginning of the video, Misfit on a set of 22x12s. I'm a 14 wide ride or die type of guy, but I can really appreciate this setup. I've been enjoying driving the truck around this past weekend. I would say truthfully, truthfully, this is that perfect combination of form and function, 50-50 split right down the middle. For those guys that don't want to do much trimming, they don't really want to kind of jump into making some alterations to the body of their truck. They want full turn and they still want some stance, not like way crazy stance, but just a little bit. This setup is the direction you have to go. I would still advise though doing some Cognito or Kryptonite upper control arms, getting yourself some aftermarket shocks and potentially even aftermarket keys, because then you can really allow that front end to have as much ride quality as possible, and you'll maintain the absolute best ride quality out of one of these things that you could ever imagine while still looking freaking good doing it. All right, boys and girls, I'm gonna tidy a few things up here and get on with the rest of my night. I hope y'all enjoyed the upload. As always, tap that thumbs up if you haven't already. I really appreciate it, and definitely consider subscribing. It's great having you around. Stay tuned for the announcement of the Ghost winner and for the announcement of Dream Music giveaway number 23, which is going to be in just about 1 week's time.